Good morning, YouTube. Yesterday, Nintendo announced the release of the SNES Classic Edition, and I got some updates for you, as well as, has this ever happened to your SNES? The SNES Classic Mini launches for $80. First top comment from Sean Brockist. No. $80 isn't the price. It's the number of units that will be manufactured. So I've got a beautiful Microsoft Word document outlining everything and all your questions, as well as an update on how many units are they actually going to produce. So it will be available September 29th this year. You will get 2 controllers, unlike the SNES Classic, where you only got 1. Cord length will be 5 feet. Production runtime, they will say that they are going to produce through 2017, thus giving it a little longer production than the NES Classic. The actual game list, you can find this pretty regularly. But if you want to see the Japanese game list that has been produced as well, as you can see, there's at least 3 differences in the game titles that will be available there. So if you're interested, you have 2 versions to go for. And the big question, which is, how many units are they going to produce? Is this going to be the same show that happened with the NES Classic? Well, a statement provided by IGN by a Nintendo representative explains that Nintendo, quote, will produce significantly more units of the Super NES Classic Edition than we did the NES Classic. What is significant? I don't know. 1 more unit? No, I imagine it's thousands of more units, but we will see. Following the NES Classic's cancellation, Nintendo of America President Reggie, whatever his last name is, told IGN that the company shipped 2.3 million NES Classic Editions worldwide. So hopefully they double that. We'll see. Here's a quote from the Nintendo representative. Our long-term efforts are focused on delivering great games for the Nintendo Switch system and continuing to build momentum for the platform, as well as serving the more than 63 million owners of Nintendo 3DS family systems. We are offering Super Nintendo Entertainment System Super NES Classic Edition in special recognition of the fans who show tremendous interest in our classic content. Well, I don't know about you, but it sounds like they had 5 PR people just massage that statement perfectly, because that's basically a cop-out. I mean, so it's interesting. I've been kind of following the news. I kind of grew up in this era, so a lot of my friends on Facebook from high school and things like that I didn't even know were into retro games were posting these links of, oh, NES Classic, and a lot of them were saying, just do the Raspberry Pi 3, or a lot of them saying, hey, I still have my NES, I really don't need this, I've kept it. So for those of you that kept it, good on you, you have it already. For others, they want to collect it, and it'll be interesting around this time, but my prediction is that it will be a exact carbon copy of what happened with the NES Classic. But we'll see. Maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe it won't. Maybe people have had enough of Nintendo and the one time was enough and people aren't going to fall for it again. But if history repeats itself, which I really think it does, I think we're going to see another clone of what happened last year. So you have 1 NES on the left, 1 on the right. A lot of you might be cringing like, ooh, those don't look very pretty. But some of you keep your stuff nicer than others. Wouldn't this be a great advertisement for Nintendo, right? And another one for you. As you can see, you get the yellowing on the bottom. And you might be wondering, what is up with that? Well, many systems are made out of plastic, ABS plastic to be specific. And ABS plastic does have a chemical in there called bromine. So bromine is used as a fire retardant. It keeps the plastic from being flammable. But it also has that light brown color. Now, some of you might be wondering, oh, it's cigarette smokers. That's the smoke, the nicotine, it's getting on the thing. No, I don't think so. They've done studies about this, and even if you did smoke, it would get very, very, very surface browning that would come off with a very basic cleaner. This is actually oxidation happening from the bromine when typically it's from lights, actually. Most lights, UV, which is pretty much any light around you, actually decomposes the plastic, and that creates the browning. It also happens when it gets in contact with certain liquids and other things that happen in the aging process. So this is typical for that. And will the SNES Classic do this? I don't know. It depends on the mixture they use. I imagine they've upgraded it, maybe put a little less bromine in it, figured out a better composition of the chemical, and made a better overall plastic. But this happened to my SNES. I'm sure it happened to yours as well. If you are going to clean it, there are videos online how to do it. Basically, you'd use something like a magic eraser, or there's some harsher chemicals that will help clean it. But you are typically, in these processes, removing layers of plastic. So you can't do that indefinitely. It would eventually wear through. So just be careful, be mindful about that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. This is really cool that we're going back to the 90s, a great time in gaming history. And for that, I really like it. For as far as everyone's like, why are you so excited? Why are you so excited? You know, I'm not so excited about this, but I am excited about the fact that more people are getting into retro gaming, and the retro gaming tribe or community is growing, is thriving. So for those reasons, I'm excited. So I hope you like this video. Give it a little thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys on the next one.